Hey, good morning, y'all. Jesus is Lord. Thank God, as always, the word works, but you got to find out what it says and then apply that to your life. We was at a ball game of one of my grandsons Saturday afternoon, and there was a girl walked by in front of the stands where Pat and I was, and I said, "Look at there." I said, "Her legs are about as white as yours." She hit me and said, "Oh, come on now. Watch this. The sun is out there every day, and you can take advantage of it every day." But this summer, with our travels and preaching and the things we didn't go out there and take advantage of the sun. So she doesn't have any tan on her legs, hardly at all, just very white, like my beard. So I said, the sun's there, but we have to take advantage of it. And if we don't take advantage of it, we're not going to get the results that we would like to have. She said, you got something there. So I want to go over here to the 14th chapter of the Gospel of Matthew. There's a story here that I love. People refer to it as Peter walking on the water. Well, I'm going to tell you, Peter walked on the word, not the water. And a lot of people make fun of Peter for all the problems that he had out there walking on the water. Well, I'm going to tell you, there were 12 in the boat and only one got out on the word and did something supernatural. I like to say it this way. There was one wet water walker, but there were 11 dry boat sitters. I'd rather be a wet water walker doing everything I can to receive the blessings and benefits of God than to be sitting back there in the boat not doing anything. Now, Jesus had sent the disciples in a boat to the other side. And while they were on their way to the other side, it says he sent the multitudes away, and then he went up into the mountains to pray, wanted to spend some time with his Father God. And then it says here in verse 24, but the ship was now in the midst of the sea, tossed with waves, for the wind was contrary. Now, I don't want you to take this negative, but oftentimes when you begin to do what God's told you to do, the devil gets against you, natural circumstances gets against you, but that don't keep you from getting to the other side. It's when you're moved by what you see and hear. All right. So in the fourth watch of the night, Jesus went unto them walking on the sea. And when the disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were troubled, saying, "Why, it's a spirit!" And they cried out for fear. But straightway Jesus calmed their fears, saying, "Be of good cheer. It is I. Be not afraid." Be of good cheer. Boy, that's a command that we can get into. Be of good cheer all the time. Jesus said, "It's me. It's I. Be not afraid." Never let fear control what you're doing, where you're going, what you're believing. Fear is of the devil, and it brings about what the devil wants in your life, just like faith is the substance of things hoped for. That proceeds from God, and we've got to have faith to receive from God. So don't ever let fear come in there. So Jesus said, I want to read it to you again. He said, "Be of good cheer, be happy, be joyful, full of joy. It is I, be not afraid." Now watch this. And Peter, everybody makes fun of old Peter, Peter answered and said, "Lord, if it be thou, bid me to come on the water." Now, I like to think this about Peter. He wants to get out there on the water like Jesus did. He wants to do something supernatural. Whole lot rather have Peters around me than all them others back there. Now, watch this. And Jesus said, verse 29, "Come." Now, somebody said, "Well, God knew Peter was going to sink and he got him out there anyway." No. Yeah, he probably knew that, but that's not the purpose here. Peter said, "Lord, if it be you, bid me to come unto thee on the water." Now, Jesus had just said, I'm talking about verse 27, 28. Jesus had just said, "Be of good cheer. It is I. Be not afraid." He just said, "It's me." Then Peter said, "Lord, if it's you, bid me to come on the water." What's Jesus going to do? Say, "It's not me. You better stay in the boat." No. So Jesus simply answered it, "Come." And when Peter was come down out of the ship, he walked on the water to go to Jesus. Now, I said this a minute ago. I think I did. If I didn't, that's okay. Jesus was on the water by faith, walking on the water. One of the, I think it's the Gospel of John, says he would have passed them by because it wasn't his job to get them to the other side. He's just going to go to the other side, meet them there. They should have got there. So Jesus is walking on the water, and Peter says, "Man, I want to do that. I want to do something supernatural. I love Peter. Peter's always the one that got in trouble because he was doing. Somebody said, well, he denied the Lord 3 times at the crucifixion. The others were so far away they weren't even accused of it. And Peter was right there with his Lord. Peter was the one who said, let's go fishing. But he was also the one, when he saw Jesus, he said, boys, that's the Lord. And he put his clothes back on, jumped in the water to go to Jesus. So he said, Lord, if that be you, bid me come. So Jesus couldn't say, you better wait a while now. No. He was put in a place where he said, come. And Peter made the decision, a big decision, to step out of the boat onto the Word. It's not like they were on a little surfboard out there, you know. They're in a ship. Peter had to walk to the side, grab hold of the side, throw his leg over the side, and get out of the boat. It took a decision. And the rest of them sitting there watching him, thinking, where's he going? Well, he's going on the Word. So he's walking on the Word. Now watch this. If I'm looking over there at that door on the other side of the living room, that's the Word. I'm looking at it. Well, you can't get your eyes on the circumstances without getting your eyes off of the Word. I want you to get that. Now, I'm saying this to some people all over the world, but particularly to Annette. Keep your eyes on the Word and what you're believing, and don't let the circumstances or the things around you cause you to go whoop, whoop, over there, or whoop, over there. Stay with it. Stay on the Word. Peter would have never sank had he kept his eyes on the Word. The winds and the circumstances, the winds and the waves and the problems hadn't got anything to do with it. Now, Pat and I are blessed. We live on a lake, beautiful lake here. Big lake. We live right on the shoreline here. I can see out there to the water. Blessed. And I can't walk on the water when it's real smooth, let alone when the winds are boisterous and the waves are boisterous. So the point is not the circumstances control you. The point is what you look at controls you. I can look at the Word, keep my eyes on the Word, and I can continue to be blessed, or I can consider the winds and the waves and all that other stuff, get myself in trouble, and begin to sink. Got to go. I'll come back to this tomorrow. Saints, hey, have a great day. Remember all day, Jesus is Lord. Thank God the Word works.